Breaking news coming through the wire. Aaron Judge and Juan Soto are really, really good. What is up? What is going on, everybody? Welcome back and welcome into the Seattle Mariners post-game recap. The Mariners do drop this one today, 7-3 to the New York Yankees. They fall to 27-23 on the season. They do remain in first place in the American League West. Hope you're all having a great Wednesday afternoon. If you are new here, do me a favor. I'm 8 subscribers away from 3,400. So go ahead and hit that sub button. And if you're watching this video, if you can just hit that like button real quick. As I say in every video, subscribing and liking are just 2 free, easy ways to support my channel. Once again, there are like 25 subscribers from last night's video. Thank you all so much. Sending so much love to all of you guys and gals. Because again, I'm just a fan like anybody. And I hope some of you see this and maybe you want to start your own channel, do it. Because I'm telling you, I have no more knowledge than the next person. I just want to come on here and talk about the team, talk about these games, and give my thoughts on it. So you guys really do keep me going. So thank you so much. I do have a couple quick channel updates I want to talk about. If you don't want to hear it, although I would recommend it because it does have to do with the recaps for this weekend. So do that real quick before I dive into the game. This weekend, I did mention this in another video, but I did towards the end. I want to do it at the beginning. Probably not going to have the post-game recaps this weekend. I'll probably have my series recap up with Mariners Sir on Sunday. It is my youngest son's birthday. We're kind of going out of town for it. A little, for Memorial Day, a little bit of a long weekend. I will try my hardest to do them. If I do, it's going to be very janky. I mean, not that this isn't janky with the blankets. The vacuum's still back there, the leveler, but I'm talking like cell phone style janky. That'll probably be Friday, Saturday. Sunday, I should be good, but Friday for sure, I can almost guarantee won't be a post-game recap unless something like crazy happens, which always does when I'm out of town. But unless there's something just like a 10-run ninth inning down 9-0 that I have to talk about, probably won't have one Friday. Saturday's up in the air. Sunday should be good to go. Also, I haven't plugged in a while, but I do want to talk about channel memberships. I'm going to shout out the members here in a minute. So members, this is for you. Tuesday, there will be a members live stream for Mariners Astros. That should be La Piedra, Luis Castillo on the mound for that game. There will be a contest giveaway. I will put the details in the community tabs. If you guys want to, think about becoming a channel member. Usually I do 2 times a month, members only live stream. There's usually a giveaway in there. My man Trevor's won a hat. DW didn't want his prize, but I gave him the shout. He got the Garver walk-off home run correct. And then we just get to hang out and talk ball. And it's really cool because it's a little bit more personal setting, so it's not like 500 comments coming in at once. I can go more in depth on answers. So think about becoming a channel member. We get to hang out, and I do want to shout out the members. I'm going to do it at the beginning of the video because you guys all rock, and I want to give you that shout out early. So here's the channel members. Shout out George Clement. Thank you for becoming a member in the last 3 weeks. My man Kevin Kirby, Mark Squire, who has joined us in the live streams, appreciate it. So is Kevin. Y2K, my man, appreciate it. DW, the Garver home run man. Trevor Hiddle, contest winner. Thank you, Trevor, for all your support. The GOAT, William Cook. He has been with me since probably day one. Thank you so much, William. Mr. Moses, and I'm working on how to get your membership switched over. I am in the process. I have an idea. Got something planned for it, so trying to get that done for you. And the one and only Gunny Studios. So thank you all so much for supporting my channel. And anybody that subscribes or likes the videos, thank you for supporting my channel as well. Listen, you can't win them all. You cannot win every single game. I did not expect the Mariners to go into Yankee Stadium and win 4 games. Truth, I didn't expect them to win 3. And you got Luis Castillo going tomorrow. Now, Luis Hill has been really good for the Yankees. It's not going to be easy, but you got a chance to win the series tomorrow. Didn't expect the Mariners to come in here and win all 4. And this wasn't a game that the Mariners were leading late and blew a lead where it hurts from that aspect. And I don't even think you played, pitch that bad from Bryce Miller's perspective. Juan Soto, Aaron Judge gets you. I mean, kind of the ultimate, let's move on to tomorrow type game. Now, as always, right, every loss has something frustrating in it. I don't think there's a single loss that doesn't have some frustration, even though we all know coming into the year that even the best team on the planet's going to probably lose 60 games. Even the worst team's going to win 60. So even with that in mind, there's still frustrating aspects. So there's a couple things I'll talk about that were frustrating. So little picture, yeah, every loss has its moments. But big picture, if you would have told me coming into this series that, Jay, going into Thursday's game, the Mariners have taken 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. Do you want that? Deal or no deal? I've never hit deal faster in my life. Absolutely take it. Absolutely. And Texas loses to Philly. Um, Houston loses a series to the Angels at home. So, I mean, Philadelphia is really good, but Houston loses 2 out of 3 at home to a bad Angels team. Texas has not found a way to get one W in Philly yet. And the Mariners have taken 2 out of the first 3 in Yankee Stadium. Again, factoring all that in, I just, you're not going to get me to muster up much frustration right now. It, again, like I said, little things in this game, and I'm going to pull up the box score here in a second. But from the overall standpoint, go out, win tomorrow, win a series. I came into this series saying split with the Yankees. This was a road trip that could have gotten out of hand for the Mariners. It could have not. It never went that way, but like when you take a look at it, you go Baltimore, New York. There's a lot of teams that could come out of that road trip 0-7. It is not crazy at all, or 1-6. That would have hurt. The Mariners so far are 3-3. Break even with the good teams, beat the bad teams. So, and the Mariners have done that so far. I would love to go 4-3, and I know the road trip continues to Washington after this. I would love to go 4-3 in this 7-game stretch. That would be amazing. That would absolutely be amazing to come out with a winning record. I'm not saying losing tomorrow wouldn't sour it a little bit after winning the first 2, but big picture, I'm really okay. Hopefully win tomorrow. Winning the series would feel really, really nice. So let's get into this one a little bit. We'll start on the pitching end as the box score loads for me here. Bryce Miller, 6 innings, 5 hits, 5 run, 5 earned, no walks, 4 Ks, gives up 3 home runs. Bryce Miller's last few outings haven't been great. Now we'll talk about why today. Listen, Judge and Soto got him. I mean, those guys are really good. Sometimes you got to tip your cap, but Bryce Miller gives up 5 runs in 6 innings. His last start, in Baltimore, struggled. But, even tonight, showed some guts, some moxie, battled through it, gave the team some innings, saves the bullpen. Kind of same thing on Friday. Pitches well against the A's the time before, and was okay against Houston the time before that. Gave up some runs late on the home runs. It was fine, but not amazing necessarily. So Miller's had some tough outings. Now listen, he's faced Baltimore and New York back-to-back. Maybe 2 of the best offenses in baseball. The Yankees are second in WRC plus in baseball. Now, Judge and Soto are carrying a lot of that. And guess what? Judge and Soto were the ones that got you. And Baltimore just doesn't have an easy out 1-9 whatsoever. So I'm really going to try not to judge Miller too much. I will say, listen, you want to get this team to get to the playoffs. These are the teams you're going to be facing. So you're going to have to be a little bit better against these teams. Like I said, even though it is Judge and Soto, you'd like to be able to get through that with a better outing. So I don't think Miller was great, but I also think that this is 2 of the best teams in baseball. And if anything, I would say this. Look at what how Gilbert pitched against the Yankees and Miller tonight. It should make you appreciate what Brian Wu did even more, last night against this lineup, making it look easy. And you see tonight that it is not easy. But Miller doesn't walk anybody. He strikes out 4, only threw 78 pitches. I'm actually a little surprised they took him out just because, with the 17 games in 17 days. Now listen, Kirby, Snead, Bolton, and Voth pitched. Not going to lose too much sleep over that, but I think maybe sending Miller out for a 7th wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world, especially when you're down 5-0. But, maybe it paid off because Mariners did cut it to 5-3 with the Cal Raleigh home run. Then they pretty much give it right back. But I thought Miller maybe could have gone another inning, but, it is what it is. Kirby Snead came in for Miller, goes 2/3 of an inning, gives up a hit, a walk, strikes out a batter. Cody Bolton, the 1/3 of an inning. He walked Volpe, but then struck out Juan Soto. Pretty good pitch to get Soto. I will give him that sweeper breaking ball that Bolton throws. Soto was going for the downs there, and his 3rd home run to be a grand slam. Now, obviously, looking back, if you're Soto, maybe we had a little bit different approach because the Mariners do get the 3-run home run in the top of the 8th. So I'll give Bolton credit, but man, Soto's goal was to hit his 3rd home run of the game in that at bat. You could see it from the start there, for sure. Austin Voth pitches the 9th. Walks Aaron Judge, then Alex Verdugo gets the home run. I will say this. I'll reiterate. The team needs to add a bullpen arm. They need to. Because I know some people, Trent Thornton, maybe go to Austin Voth yesterday and said Trent Thornton. And this is kind of my point of why I don't get on Scott for a lot of these things. Okay, your other options, but try Trent Thornton is Voth. And Voth is fine. Again, these guys are all fine relievers. they're just not very high leverage guys. They're all kind of just all right. They're all fine for roles as kind of you're down by a couple runs, although Voth, I guess, wasn't tonight. But you know what I mean. Got to go out and get a reliever. I'll still stand by it. I get, like I said, it takes two to tango, so I'm not going to jump on Jerry and Justin for not having done that yet. As much as I say, yeah, you can call Oakland up and get Austin Adams tonight, you still got to give something up to get Austin Adams. And Oakland might be a little stingy right now. They might be sitting there going, fine, you want him right now? Give us, I don't think they're asking for, Cole Young or Colt Emerson or, Luzardo Montez or anything like that, but maybe they're asking for a Royal, you know what I mean? Maybe they're asking for Hancock, something where Jerry's a little bit more like, I'm going to wait on that. So I don't know. I'm not great with prospects and trade stuff. I'm just a guy that's got a vacuum cleaner sitting with a cord out and a leveler and some blankets on a chair, on an ugly chair in the background here. So, what do I know? But it does take two to tango. But yeah, add a reliever. And that was a big spot for Austin Voth, right? You're down 2 runs. You keep it at 2, you keep it at 5-3. The Yankees probably have to go to Clay Holmes in the 9th. And if you get Holmes to throw 20, 25 pitches, he may not be available tomorrow. Unfortunately, giving up that 2-run home run, Luke Weaver stays in, and you don't get to use Clay Holmes. You don't get to have Holmes come in and maybe use him up for tomorrow. So definitely a big couple runs Voth gave up, for sure. That is frustrating. But yeah, let's move on to the lineup today. Listen, Mariners had opportunities in this game. They put base runners out there against Nestor Cortes. 6 base runners in the 5 innings with 3 walks and 3 hits. They had chances, to get back in this game or to tie it up or keep this game close early on. So I will say that the offense frustrating. Kind of similar. I talked. Remember a few weeks ago, and I was talking about how who's going to be the guy to put one in the gap to get these runners home. They were starting to really early in the year. They weren't getting anything going. It was like, just Lord, give me a base runner. Then they started getting base runners, but nobody was getting that big hit. Kind of what they reverted back to tonight. They had opportunities against Cortes. Listen, Cortes is solid. He's a former Mariner, by the way. Was it 2020 that Cortes, during the COVID year, that Cortes was on the Mariners? And he's developed into a nice, solid starting pitcher. But so he's going to battle. He's going to be tough. But there were some opportunities for the Mariners to maybe get a couple runs early and make this much more of a ball game. So yeah, again, from that aspect, like I said, I'm not saying there weren't frustrating things in this game. There were. But I'm just like, big picture wise, this loss just not going to drive me nuts. We'll go through the box score here. A good game for JP Crawford. 1 for 2 with 2 walks. JP on base 3 times. Good to see. Julio had a tough one. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. I mean, I'm going to reiterate it every video. Julio's got to be better. He's got to start hitting. And there isn't, to me, there's not a lot of options outside of like, he's just got to play through it and be better. I think he will. I'm not. I hate keep saying I'm not worried because it's going to be like August 19th. I'm like, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. And people are going to be like, well, Jay, there's 20 games left in the year. I'm not. I do think Julio will come out of it. Again, it goes back to like kind of a microcosm of the game. Am I worried about anything long-term? Not really. But in the moment, it is frustrating because, man, if Julio could get back to like, even if Julio's put on like a 765 OPS, I think it's 620 something right now, 629. I say in every video, OPS is not the end all be all. It's in the box score. So I'm just looking at it real quick. It's very much a results based stat, but you guys get why I'm using it, I think. But even if it's up to like 730, 740, I'd be like, man, this team maybe could be 29 and 21. And I know it sounds like, Jay, just 2 games. Well, that's huge. That would give you a 5-game lead in the division right now. So that would be a huge, huge advantage early in the year. So got to get going. I'm not going to call for a benching or anything like that. You need Julio in there, but he's just got to be better. Mitch Garver, 1 for 3 with a walk. Good to see. Base hit and a walk for Garver on base a couple times. Cal Raleigh gets the 3-run home run. I do wonder if there's maybe an injury with Sebi Zavala. A couple people mentioned on Twitter that Tacoma catcher Blake Hunt was removed from the game. And it would make sense that maybe Zavala's hurt because I thought for sure he would start tonight. One, you have a lefty starter on the mound, Nestor Cortes. Now, Cal's hit lefties well this year, but in general, his right side is his weaker one. It's game 3. You can get Cal day off today, get him back in there tomorrow with Castillo on the bump. Cal was hit by a pitch last night. He almost tripped over the equipment. Felt like a perfect day to give Cal Raleigh a day off. So I do wonder if maybe Sebi Zavala has an injury and Blake Hunt could be coming up. Let me see if there is anything on Twitter here. Um, Jake from Raise the Trident just posted Luis Hill's Hill. I'm not sure his Savant page, and it's going to be a battle tomorrow. He is really, really good. So tomorrow is not going to be easy. I don't see anything. Oh no, there's a trade. Okay, Mariners have acquired right-handed pitcher Mike Baumann and minor league catcher Michael Perez from the Orioles in exchange for catcher Blake Hunt. So okay, the Mariners have made a move. All right, so let's break that down a little bit. Let's go look at Bauman's Savant page. Darn, I'm not on where I can pull up the screen for you guys, unfortunately. But let's go pull it up. So there was a trade. Okay, this one got a little interesting. Savant. You guys are probably like, hey, talk about the trade. Okay, that's not Baseball Savant. That's Savant Power Systems. What the heck is that? Savant Baseball. I don't know anything about Baumann. I've heard the name. Let's pull him up here and see. Mike Baumann. Let's see. It's I mean, some decent numbers, expected ERAs in the right. Can I share the screen here? Like mute Mike's screens. Why do I not have it where I can share the screen? Darn it. Expected ERAs in the 71st percentile, expected batting average 80th percentile, fastball velo 85th percentile. Average exit velo off him is 20th percentile, doesn't get chase whiffs, doesn't strike out a lot of guys. Walks are bad. Guys don't barrel him up. Good extension, keeps the ball on the ground. So listen, not the savior necessarily. On the season, he's 1-0, 3.44 ERA, 16 strikeouts, and 18 and a third. 28 years old, 6'4", 240. From Jacksonville. Not that changes anything about his profile. So we'll see. Definitely an arm to help the bullpen. We'll see who's going down. My guess would be Cody Bolton probably goes down, or Bizzardo. So Mike Baumann joining the Mariners. Maybe I'll do a video on Baumann here in a minute. Just talk about him a little bit. All right, let's finish up the box score of the game and we get out of here. Dylan Moore, 2 for 4. Demo continuing to hit double and a single. Ty France 0 for 2 with a couple walks. Ty has been better. Good approach. Good to see him get on base a couple times. Ty swung the bat much better the last few weeks for sure. So good to see. Good to see Ty's been improving. Haniger or Polanco 0 for 4. Polanco back in the lineup today. Listen, I think that's pretty much your opening day Mariners lineup against left-handed pitching. So I think that's your ideal lineup against lefties, but Polanco falls in that Julio mode for me. Like, got to get him going. I'm not going to bench Polanco. I mean, I might give Dylan Moore some at-bats there now that everybody's back. But, Polanco's just got to come out of it. He did hit one of the grounders. He grounded to double play hard, but good to see Polanco back, but he was terrible today. Mitch Haniger 1 for 4. Urias 0 for 2. Rayleigh pinched hit was 0 for 2. Urias in a little bit of a tailspin here. I'm hoping that getting him back into that platoon role will help. He was in that tonight and didn't do anything, but hopefully getting him back to just mainly facing lefties will help a little bit. So that's my take on it. We got a new reliever, Mike Baumann, coming in. Some good things, some good numbers there. I'll do another little quick video breaking that down. I'll get the post game up. Mariners dropped this one. Again, Texas loses, Houston loses. Go win the series tomorrow. You got Luis Castillo on the bump. Let's see if the Mariners can get a series W tomorrow. How great would that be to win 3 out of 4 in Yankee Stadium? Have a great night, everybody. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys all, maybe in a few minutes to talk about our new reliever. Take care, everybody. Go Mariners. Peace.